Good morning, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be a live trade video where I try to capture some of my trades as they play out live. If you're new to these videos, what do I mean by live? I just mean that this is the first time I'm seeing the data that you see on the screen. Or in other words, this is not a situation where everything has been recorded and now I'm coming back and doing a post commentary on it, or I'm doing some sort of voiceover, nothing like that. So you will see my raw thoughts, my raw emotions playing out here in real time. So, and as I sit here and watch, this thing being WWR, which is what I'm currently watching right now. Thought it was going to get up there and break through that level. I currently do have an order out here to buy. So if you're not familiar with my screen down here, you can see I'm looking to buy WWR 500 shares at 1190. So looking for a pullback, but as of right now, I'm not sure that's going to quite happen. But that's the current status of what I'm looking for. Market doesn't open up here for about 19 minutes, but this thing has been absolutely crazy. Already over 11 million shares. So we'll see what happens with it, but maybe nothing comes about it. Again, that's just these being live. So I understand you could argue, well, that was a waste of time. You spent all that time talking about WWR and then nothing happened. And yeah, I can see that. I can see that frame of reference, but the other frame of reference would be, but hey, that is the real life look into day trading. Sometimes you'll identify something, you'll want to see it behave, you'll want to see it act in a certain manner for the setup, and then it just doesn't happen. And you know what? That's just how the market works. That's how, that's the life of a day trader. But as of now, that's the current status watching WWR. So I'll go ahead and pause the video, and if anything comes up, I will get it rolling. What I am going to do here is just get this alerted to my private community. 1190. Interesting pullback point here in pre-market. So now members have, they can keep an eye on that 1190 mark also. Again, whether or not that comes into play, I don't know. But for those of you that have always wondered, hey, Clay, how does your private community work? Here's just an example of that. So up above here, you can see my watch list that I've given already for the morning. But now with the way WWR is acting, 1190 is going to be that level. So now that doesn't mean that everybody's going to go and buy at 1190. We're not a group of sheep. Everybody thinks for themselves. We're just out there to help each other out. So I'm throwing out 1190. And people can go and look at that level and see if they agree. Maybe there's some members that are like, nah, Clay, I don't really like that area. And that's totally fine. It's all a matter of strategy, personal risk tolerance, but that's how the community works. We're just there to help each other out. We're not a bunch of sheep, not a bunch of lemmings. But yeah, we'll see if it can work its way down there. It looks like it might want to make a move to that area, but we'll see. All right, getting close, knocking on. There's the break of 12. I did adjust my order down to 1188. So it's close. A little bit more. And I am in. Let's see if this thing wants to pop back up over 12. Again, in at 1188. Let's see if it wants to give me a bounce here. Slowed down a little bit. I mean, I still like the volatility in it, but it's not quite as fast as perhaps I was hoping for it to behave. It's really a question of, can this thing get moving back in the upwards direction here? Well, this one, I don't know if it's going to work out here or not. Like I said, trying to be patient with it. It's trying to bounce her a little bit, but like I said, I'm just not quite sure the volatility is there to really even make it worth the time. But if it can get back above 1190, then I think it's got a chance. All right, there we go. Well, that was very short-lived. Okay, getting up to 12. Can it get through 12 though? All right, it did get above 12, took the 1202s. So there we go, $70. And not the greatest trade. I will take it. It might still go, but as I was saying the whole trade, it wasn't quite behaving speed-wise like I wanted to see it behave. Again, it turned out to be fine, but it just didn't quite meet the criteria. And I think I'll have, not I think, I guess it is still a think, because there's no such thing as a guarantee. I'm highly confident that when the market officially opens, you'll see the type of volatility that I was more so looking for, because this thing should really be moving quite quickly on the open. But so there we go. Got a trade. Members of the community, they may still be in it, and they're doing better than I am now since it's continuing to bounce. But, well, I guess a little bit, because there we go. 1210's now getting hit. So they could have gotten out further than what I did. But there we go. So little pre-market trade. They're just buying a simple little pullback. Had to sit through a little bit, but nothing crazy. I think I was down, I don't even know, maybe $100 at most. But regardless, there we go. Nice little quick trade there. So I'm not going to be making any other trades on it until the open. So we'll see what happens, and I will see you back at the open. Market opens up in less than 5 minutes, but wanted to just do a quick recap here, because I was making comments about people thinking for themselves. And you can see here, WWR, for those people that thought for themselves and decided, yeah, Clay, I like 1190, but I mean, I'm not going to get out where you did. Hey, look at them. I mean, they are up a whole lot more than what I am. So that's the benefit and the power of being able to think for yourself, because, you know, we all have different trade plans. We all have different personal risk tolerance levels. So for those people that did get in around that 1190 mark, they could still be holding right now. And like I said, they are doing much better than what I did. Everybody still made money, but, you know, just makes money in different ways. And that is, again, the power of thinking for yourself. But let's see. Market opens up in about 3 minutes, so I'll see you at the open. Well, here's that volatility that I was talking about. Really starting to move now. Market opens in 30 seconds. And this is exactly what I was referring to earlier, saying, you know, I'd like to see a little bit more movement, but the movement has returned. And once this, now I'm not going to take this on the first minute. This thing is just going to be too crazy and potentially going to a halt. I would not be shocked at all to see this run itself right up into a halt during that first minute. So we'll see if that occurs or not. But I will go ahead and pause until the market opens. All right, the market is open. So again, just can't take this that first minute of the day. Just too crazy. Need to get a little bit of context here. So maybe 13 will be that key breakout level now. We'll see. And that's why. Think about it. There were people that were buying that, looking for the break of 13. Now look at it. Below 12. That's what I mean. Now, it might return up to 13, but I'm just thinking, those people, they're scared right now. There were people buying, thinking that this thing was going to break through 13, and now look at them. They're down $100 or $1.50 per share. So the pullback is underway. Now just waiting to see some sort of potential reversal area on it. There we go. So right here at 12.15 maybe. If this candle can pull back some more. There we go. So just mapped out 12.15 as an upside break point. So I would be interested in buying at that if it can get up to that level. But if this thing wants to keep on pulling back, well then you just got to wait for some bit of confirmation. But right now, watching 12.15, and this thing just continues. Again, there are people that bought expecting for this thing to break 13 during that first minute, and they're getting crushed right now as it continues to pull back. Okay, 12.15 maybe back in play here. Oh, I missed it. Can I get a back test? There we go. In on the back test of 12.15. Now let's see if this thing can work its way back upwards. Trying for 12.25. Well, maybe I shouldn't have waited for the back test. We'll see. Might look to pick some more up. Yeah, I'm going to pick some more up down at 1161. Pick some more up at 1140. Let's see this thing bouncing here. Got some at 1117. I like the chances of this thing bouncing. I really do. Let's see if we can get up to 1150 here. Give me a nice hammer candle. So there's a nice candle right there. Beautiful candle. So trying to get up through 1150. Try to take some out at 1165. I was not fast enough. Got to get back above 1150 though, relatively soon. There we go. Okay, let's see if we can get more of a push here up through 1170s. There we are. There we are. And all out there, very nice. Final shares out at 1177. Up through 12 it goes. Yeah. That's why I'm super rich in my hindsight account. Probably got a little too trigger happy on those final 500. Not probably, I did. But the one thing I definitely did right is I realized the strength of this stock. I didn't get shooken out. And in fact, I accumulated some bigger size. Because, I mean, you heard me saying it. I really like the chances that this thing can bounce, and it did bounce. But what I failed at was, like I said, got too trigger happy on those on those final 500 shares. I mean, don't get me wrong. I still walked away with, I don't know what was it, $200 or so on the trade. And look at this thing go. So, wow. Now here comes a halt. But regardless, like I said, definitely the one thing I got, which was the most important thing to get right, was just understanding the context, understanding that that was a buyable dip right there. Now, let me be fully transparent. Did I have any idea that it was going to turn around that fast? Absolutely not. No idea at all it would turn around that fast. Did I think it would bounce? Absolutely, and you heard me saying that, which is why I accumulated bigger size. But I'm not saying that I had any idea at all that it would turn around that fast, because that's pretty crazy right there. But overall, very happy with that trade. Very happy I recognized the underlying strength there. Okay, so, oh wow, MU. What's going on with MU? Let's get this alerted. So very happy with that start. LAC, what's going on with this one? No shares even short. Wow, just pure bloodshed here. Tesla actually is approaching. No, it's going to leave me behind. I'm thinking 425, but yeah, 425. Tesla, 425, flush point. 1 minute. Did I get it up? Yes, okay. So watching 425 here as a breakdown point. on Tesla. I'm not willing to take it on this candle though. So this candle has got to stay up above it. How much time before this candle finishes? 10 seconds. No, don't do it before. Okay, there's the next candle. Oh, nice. Bouncing again. Excellent. Okay, 425. Watching closely. In at 425.02. Ooh, and now it's bouncing. Got to give it a little bit of slack here. Let's see if this thing can get some more downwards pressure. We'll look to try to pull off something at 424.50 or below. But as of right now, it is struggling to get down through that area. Come on. 424.60. There we go. All right, took out 50 at 424.50. So this could still be a losing trade. You're done? Okay. It could still be a losing trade. In the spirit of wanting to let this move more for me, let's see if we can get it down to a 424-ish area. If I turned off, I'm on daddy duty with my youngest daughter, so that's who I'm having a conversation with. I mean, I talk to myself, don't get me wrong, as a trader, but in this situation, it is another human being. All right. Okay. Oh, there we go. All right, 25 shares left. I'm not quite sure if this thing wants to continue to break down any further or not. So I'm just going to lock in some more gains down there. So this will not be a massive winning trade, just because, like I said, I'm not quite sure if this wants to continue on down. If it does, and I'm wrong, and it doesn't want to bounce, because right now I'm thinking it wants to bounce. But if I'm wrong, well, then, hey, I'll still benefit from it because I still have 25 shares left. But, yeah. All right, I'm just going to hop out there. So $25. It is what it is. Still made the move. I mean, made what was that? An 85-cent move, but just never. And it still may give me some follow, or still may give follow through, but just didn't really like the way it was behaving. So I decided to just mitigate and then lock in the gains there. But there we go. So $25 more on that one. Let's see what else I can find. All right, I'm going to risk right around $50-ish here. Just 100 shares. Looking for a break of 1250. Just now getting back to my computer, and I'll explain that here in a second. So really have not been around at all since the last time I hit the pause button because of the daddy duty, which I talked about. And I will definitely be done in 6 minutes regardless, and I'll explain that too for those of you that are maybe new to the channel. Like I said, I like 1250 here, so I'm willing to risk right around $50-ish, maybe 75-ish. So even if I'm wrong, I'll still be plenty green on the day. But it's really just a question of, can this get up through that 1250 mark? All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and pause. Again, just as an example, so it's been alert in the room. So again, do people have to actually do that? No, absolutely not. Everybody think for themselves, but that's an example of how the room works. Notice that as an interesting area. And again, because these are live, I have no idea if the price will ever even get back up to 1250. But if it does, then I'm watching very closely. But I'll go ahead and pause for now. All right, maybe getting up there. Or maybe not. All right, I'll pause. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up. So basically today I was at it for essentially 10-ish, 15-ish minutes, give or take. But I have, over the past few months, been really working to get my strategy down to being done after 30 minutes. And just because I have 4 kids, I trade not to trade, meaning I'm doing this for the freedom of time. And if you want to trade because you want Lamborghinis and a Rolex watch collection, awesome. I hope you get it. Go for it. For me, I just want freedom of time. And what I really enjoy is that I can make a respectable amount of money in 30 minutes or less. In this situation, quite a bit less than 30 minutes, especially given that for, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes or so, I wasn't even around the computer this morning. I was, doing so with my daughter. But hey, when you're at $290 or $290 in 10 minutes, 15 minutes, to me at least, that's worthwhile money. I don't know, maybe you look at $290 in 10, 15, 20 minutes and you're thinking, no, that's not worth my time. And hey, if that's actually the case, then let's talk. Like, what are you doing with your life where $290 in less than 30 minutes is not worth your time? I applaud you. I just want to learn from you. That's motivating. But for me, it's definitely worth my time, so I'm happy with it. So closing $290 in right around 10, 15-ish minutes, give or take, but or we can just call it within 30 minutes. So however you want to look at that. But overall, thank you for hanging out. Really quickly before I go, if you do enjoy these live trade videos, a very quick, time-efficient way to communicate that to me, just hit that like button. Also, comments, questions, suggestions, leave those down below. And then also check out the channel as a whole. Lots of other videos out there on the channel. So hopefully you like what you see enough to decide to hit that red subscribe button, as I'd love to have you as a subscriber to the channel. So thank you for hanging out, and I'll see you back. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.